I just counted and there are literally 1 bazillion YouTube videos about how to get organized. If you've watched every single one of them and still can't get right, I promise this is the one for you. I'm Victoria Alexander, and I help people struggling with mess, clutter, and chaos transform their lives from the inside out so they have more clarity, more wins, and more excitement for life. So if you need some of that, I definitely invite you to subscribe. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this topic here. Getting organized is actually really easy. If you think about it, it'll make sense to you, because the real problem is staying organized, right? It's kind of like losing weight. It's a whole lot easier than keeping the weight off. With that being said, people have definitely overcomplicated the whole idea of getting organized, being productive, time management, all these ideas that go hand in hand. We're all just trying to get stuff done. So how can we do that? With that being said, it is overcomplicated. That also means there's really just a few key things that you need to know and do in order to actually get organized and stay organized. This video is specifically about one key thing that if you just do that one thing, it can really just open up your entire world, okay? Like, I promise you. It's tested and proven in my own life. To that, I want to give you a little background about myself. I'm a veteran. I'm a 10-year business owner. I typically have anywhere from 8 to 30 employees at any given time, just depending on the season. I also have 3 children. They just started school at the time of this recording, so they stayed home with me though those 5 years. So I can say I definitely lost a lot of hair, but I learned a lot about how to get things done when you literally have no energy, no time, no water, because you're so busy chasing after kids or doing whatever, right? All of my strategies and tips that I give you are for you when you're at your worst. This is for real people when you're literally in struggle mode. So let's get back to the topic, how to stay organized. There's a big distinction between getting there and then staying there, and that's what I'm gonna help you do today. Before I reveal what the one thing is that you need to do, I'm gonna ask you a very simple question. What makes losing weight hard? So there's gyms everywhere, sidewalks are plenty, eat right, workout, beach body, boom. It should be that simple for all of us. But for whatever reason, obviously it's not. So what is it? Now, aside from the fact that yes, obviously genetics and people's lifestyles and all these other things do play roles in it, you know, at the end of the day, there's really just 2 things that make losing weight hard. Those 2 things are mental clutter and habits. What is mental clutter? Mental clutter can be described as your thoughts. This at play could be as simple as me saying, all right, I'm gonna go for a walk at 6 a.m. tomorrow. I go to bed, wake up at 6 a.m., and then the other me, though, shows up at 6 a.m. and is like, girl, what are you doing? This bed has your name written all over it. It's warm, outside it's cold. There's gonna be birds, they might poop on your head. All sorts of things could happen if you go out for a walk. Stay right here where you can be safe. We need more rest anyway. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stay here in the bed. Even though I really wanna lose weight, I really know that going for these walks, exercising, working out is how I'm going to get there, but hey, other me said not today. So I'm like, cool. This can also be described as perfectionism, procrastination. I like to call them the 2 evil stepsisters, right? We all know them, but they typically show up when we don't need them to, when we're trying to do those things that are gonna move the needle in our life. Next, we have beliefs. I had 3 kids, I'll never be sexy again. That's a belief that typically it's just based on experiences, even be a law that has developed based on, let's say, past failures or past experiences. So you may say, yeah, I want to lose the weight, and you go ahead and you dive into a new program or a new diet or whatever, but deep down inside, you're not really thinking it's going to work anyway, so chances are you're probably going to sabotage it, right? That's mental clutter, thoughts and beliefs. Then the other side of this is your habits. My habit could be that, yeah, again, I'm trying to lose weight, but I'm doing all this late night munching because that's just what I'm used to doing, right? Stress eating or eating because I'm bored, whatever it may be, my habit is playing a role in sabotaging me or keeping me from taking action, or at least staying consistent when it comes to what I need to do to lose weight. When you move a sofa in your house or any large piece of furniture, what always happens? You end up tripping over everything that was in that space because you're used to the sofa being in a specific place. Now that you've moved it, things are out of whack. So even though you can actually see that, hey, there's no sofa here, or wherever everything is, you're still bumping into things. There's going to be discomfort. Keep that in mind. You're still running on autopilot. Mental clutter and your habits make losing weight hard. Mental clutter and mental habits make getting organized and staying organized almost impossible. The key to overcoming this, though, is awareness. You have to be aware that these two intangible forces are at play anytime you're trying to do something. And as long as you're aware of them, and this can also be described as mindfulness, this gives you the upper hand. Awareness, mindfulness. Definitely like this video if you do like it so far, because this helps other people to see it, and that's what we want, right? That's the whole goal. To stay organized, you have to do this one thing, okay? Pull out the pen and paper, because this is what it is. I'm about to throw it up right here on the screen. It is learn to resist the resistance. I know that sounds very crazy, but I'll break that down for you in a second. Learn to resist the resistance. A truth or a fact that you need to accept is that you are currently good at being disorganized. Yep, that's right. Because you've been disorganized for who knows how long, you're running essentially on autopilot, right? It's kind of like moving the sofa. Anything different, your brain, your body, they're like, no, this is new, we're having a hard time, so it's going to be discomforting. The mental clutter, your two evil stepsisters, they're going to pop up and they're going to be like, yo, what are you doing? Like, this is not what we do. The big thing that you want to remember is that your current habits simply aren't working for you. As you're trying to go through the process of getting and staying organized, it's not going to feel good. When you have those self-sabotaging thoughts, that's part of the process, and that's when you really need to dig in deep, because that's the resistance I'm talking about, the resistance that you need to learn to resist. So getting organized and staying organized has less to do with the planners, the command centers, Notion, and all this other kind of stuff, and it has everything to do with how you respond to this resistance. And again, the key is to resist the resistance, not give into it. We just plan to do something, the little thought pops up in our head, and we just turn around like a zombie, like nothing happened. This is where it stops right here. When that happens, you need to be aware of the fact that it's happening so that you can start responding differently and push through that. The only difference between highly successful people that are super productive, organized, and winning at life, so to speak, or at adulting, is that they respond to their resistance differently. I think a common misconception is that these people are always motivated or always just down to do the right thing and stuff like that, and it's like, no. The truth is that they have their evil stepsisters too that are in their head talking. The only thing that's going on is that they're resisting the resistance. It's like the Nike commercial, they just do it. So, in conclusion, the only thing that you need to do in order to actually stay organized once and for all is resist the resistance. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.